Hello, this is AI in Agriculture, one idea a day. And today we will speak about apple scab. Apple scab is a bad disease, let's say. It's not a very pleasant disease to work with because it's fungal disease, and as most fungal diseases, it's quite difficult to get rid out of this disease. At the same time, we had a challenge which we worked and we got the funding from the Innovate UK. We got the grant for early stage detection and monitoring of apple scab and apple canker, but today we will focus only on apple scab. And yeah, I think I need to move myself a little bit. Oh yeah, it's fine. I will just move it when I decide to show you something else. So problem. The problem is that, not an even problem, just a brief introduction to apple scab, because for those who work with apple scab, they know what is it, but for those who don't, probably 95% chance you have seen it. So if you can take the apple and sometimes you see like brown, some stains, let's say, not stains, but lesions on the skin of the fruit or on the leaf, then it means that it's apple scab in most of the cases, and it's kind like hard. So you see it's not a rotten piece of apple, but it's hard and it's on the skin. Because if you will cut it, you will see that it's just on, it's not inside and it doesn't go further. And the good thing is that apple scab, it's not harmful to eat for human, but the problem of a visual appearance, and since the customers, consumers, they are quite picky guys in most of the cases. They want to see this perfect shape and perfect color and perfect skin, everything perfect, because they're paying, especially in the developed countries, they pay quite a lot for each fruit. So that's why they don't want to pay for the apples which are demonstrating the signs of apple scab presence. And also, as I mentioned, I'm focused on fruits, but we worked with leaves, because leaf, it's actually the first stage when the disease appears, and also as well leaves are basically the way how it goes further, because the foliage is the so when it goes down in autumn, falls down, and then next spring, it's the way how it can go up, and the spores can find a new location to live on and grow and further on. So that's why early stage detection is very important on leaves. And what we have discovered that speaking about the available information about apple scab, it's quite a lot. So it's not the disease which is without attention, obviously, because of the economic price of this disease. But the challenge of apple scab is that not so many tools can detect it on early stage, because early stage is when the apple scab is so like it's already visible, but it's kind and invisible, and you are looking at this leaf and you see some stain which is a little bit brown or not brown. You're still not sure, because yeah, you sometimes need just very strong light to see it. But obviously, if you are walking in the orchard, you not always have this opportunity to have extra toolkit to assess the leaf. So the current situation is that spraying is, especially preventive spraying, is one of the options how the apple growers are fighting with apple scab. And yeah, today my one idea a day is kind of mini lecture, but I hope you got the point, that you will get the point. What does the solution do for apple scab monitoring? So if you don't have apple scab, that's good, but if you have already have it and you are doing this spraying, you need to assess the success of this spraying. You need to assess the further development of the disease. You need to assess the disease pressure and how is the dynamics of the disease pressure. And so basically our task was, because we were limited in time, we had just 6 months for everything, and we had our own data set, so we used it and we trained the model which is actually assessing the presence of apple scab lesions on early stage. And on the right hand side, we have demonstrated like them, how they look like, because you see, obviously it's very difficult to see, but on this lower part, you can see the extraction, which has been made by the AI algorithm. So I didn't do this manually, because it takes, I think, a lot of time just to find these lesions and then extract them. But thanks to the trained model, we were able to get this location of the stains, let's say, and also see them, how many of them, and also see the area, because this is the point that even if you will know that, oh, I have like 3 of these lesions on the leaf, it doesn't mean a lot, because 3 or 4 or 5, you can't do anything with this number. But if you know the percentage, how it takes from the overall leaf, this is where you can understand, is it growing or not. And also I got a question from one of the practitioner, how can I do this in the orchard? So basically you need to have the sample tree and some sample branch, let's say, depending on your preferences, let's say. And then you just go on a regular basis to this branch, and you have this leaf which you assess non-destructively, and or even destructively when you are doing it with sampling like 10, 20 or more leaves. It can show you the average. So, and the average will show either progress of the disease or plain line when it's not changing at all, or it's the decrease of the size, or how you can see the positive trend. And this is what is our tool about. But obviously you need some extra mental efforts to understand all this cycle, because if you just see this and look, so it's not very clear how does this tool can help you in monitoring of apple scab. But it's all about the applying this disease pressure metrics. And as I mentioned, it can be applicable either per tree, or you maybe have a cluster of trees which you are monitoring, or for orchard there is another approach how you can do sampling and do it effectively. Yeah, so this is the idea for today. I hope it was helpful for you, and see you tomorrow.